I really don't have anything to say. Because, as we say, doing is better than saying. And so as Mark, doing without doing is the best. I have written a whole book on this. Doing without doing, action in non-action. But it is customary to say a few words of blessing when we prepare for the next meeting. We make a mistake when we say this celebration is ending. Nothing ends. If love has no end, then no, it cannot be split into pieces. Kavichannavat, as he said. Since I am a Vaishnava, I will talk to you a little about Bhakti. Bhakti is said to be like a flow of oil. There are no droplets. When you throw water, it breaks up into drops. Piece by piece. Oil flows continuously. Tainadhara avichannavat. So our celebrations are only like pearls on the string strung into a divine necklace. You cannot weep and say, this pearl is ended, this pearl is beginning. You cannot have a pearl 24 inches long. Even God has not created it. So by nature, pearls are beautiful, small, spherical, colorful, very precious. So precious units strung on what? Maybe silk, maybe gold thread, maybe nylon. But Lord Krishna says in the Gita, I am the string which holds the pearls together and might allow you to form a necklace. Sutre Manigana Iva. So you see, it's the string which is important, not the pearls. Every woman who has had the misfortune to break her necklace while dressing for dinner and then having to hunt around on the floor for the valuable pearls one by one, with her husband stands glaring at her. She knows the value of the pearls, knows the problem when you lose it, even by just having the string snap, and knows what a husband's wrath can be, because it spoils the whole dinner and the night after the dinner, probably another week after that. Because you have to set it for restringing. No, this restringing is what we do here. We don't provide the pearls. The pearls are your hearts. Some of them have been so badly encrusted with filth of life that they look like pieces of charcoal. So they have to be carefully cleaned, little heat applied, little soap water. Then when they are shining, you add them to the string, which is the divine thread that holds the universe of love together. So we are really creating here necklaces of invaluable purity, invaluable love, of wealth, in the true sense of the word, that the Lord Himself desires to wear such a necklace around His neck. When they have descriptions of the Lord in our Hindu literature, they describe His dress, Pitambara, his jewel which He wears around His, on His heart, Pakrastha, Kaustubam, etc. And the necklaces are the priceless gems of those divine souls of divine purity, divine love, divine bhakti, which adorn His neck. So each one of you has to be happy that you are selected to be the pearls of such a necklace, the string of which is the divine itself. Now, unless the pearls are willing to come together, there cannot be a necklace. No, I am independent, I am European, I am American, I am Kai, I am Brahmin. No necklace. Pearls are no religion. Pearls are not divided by language. Pearls are united by their beauty, purity, and love. That is what unites all of us here. I am not talking of your external beauty of your face and form, they are not at all relevant in an arena or an august audience like ours, where the Master looks only at the heart. If the heart is pure, if it is shining like a jewel, it is His. Not by right of possession, but by the right of the Creator who has created something extraordinarily beautiful, pure, and therefore says, let me keep what is mine. And if you say, Lord, was I not yours when I was dirty? He says, you were. But you discarded yourself by looking at yourself in the mirror and looking at your certificates of qualification and looking at your salary and your bank statements and saying, I am great. When you are great, you are not fit to adorn anybody's neck. Because you adorn yourself with your own greatness. You know, Swayam Shringar is that word. One who beautifies himself or herself, takes pride in it. They are not fit for the Lord. The Lord only wants that beauty which does not go is beautiful, that purity which does not go is pure, not because it does not know impure is pure, but because it is not conscious of itself. It says, Lord, that's all. Hands are outspread. It does not even say, here I am. Who are you to say, here I am? He knows where you are. It is arrogance combined with ignorance to say, Lord, I am here. He says, don't I know it? You call me the all-knower, the all-seer, but you don't trust me to know that you are here. And you say, I am so and so. And he says, yes, I know. Lord, how can you know it? You have neglected me for 67 years of my life. My dear, I did not neglect you. You neglected me. When you thought I did not know, I did not know. When you think I know, I know. Lord Krishna says in the Gita, as you think of me, so I am. If you think I am merciful, Lord, I am merciful. If you think I am a giver, I will give you. If you think I am a God of punishment, I punish you. I only reflect your expectation of me, nothing more, nothing less. So when you cease to demand anything, cease to be even present but are there, he is happy. Then he looks and says, oh, they are here, they are mine. Mind without being possessed. In the human world, mind means possession. My wife means my wife. Nobody else will look at her. Look at her. Nobody says my wife is not to be looked at by anybody else. Not looked at lustfully perhaps, but anybody can look at anybody else. Even a cat may look at a king, say English language. Why not? And cats do look at kings. And kings do give them milk. So you see, this divine game is not a game of asking and giving, seeking and finding. It is a case of being and purity. Therefore, Babuji said, all this process of whatever we are doing now, talking about, sitting, meditating, reflecting, constant remembrance, they are steps to becoming that being which is a vibration with the divine brain. Resonating. I always like to think of resonance. You see, when you have a note, C sharp, and you tune your instrument, you ting, and this goes ting. You don't have to pluck the instrument. Similarly, the Lord does not have to play on our hearts, neither make it and spoke about and described as the vibration of the Om, the ancient mantra Om. The Veda says Om iti ekakshara Brahman. It is the Brahman, the ultimate, spelled out, defined by one single note. Om. And about that, great saints have written volumes that it is compounded of three sounds, Ah, Om, and things like that. See, but that is trying to split the unsplittable. It's like defining light has been, consisting of 7 colors of the fifth pure, added into blue, green, etc. This is research. Research is breaking up things, splitting the atom into the nucleus and whatnot, and goes into the particles. And because they run out of names, they call them charm and beautiful and I don't know what else. And in this scientists, they gloat over their victories of research, breaking up things further and further and further and getting Nobel Prizes. You break it up into another small bit, which is 1/17th of the 1/17th of a 1/17th of a million. And he gets a Nobel Prize of $17 billion. See, because we reward breaking up. Even in politics, you break up a country, you have 2 presidents, 2 cabinets, 2 armies, 2 commanders in chief, 2 of everything. You break it up further into 4, you have 4 presidents, 4 armies. So the world lives on breaking up. Once upon a time we had engineering. In my father's days there was engineering, there was arts. There was a Bachelor of Arts in Science, BA in Science, BA in Physics, BA in Chemistry. Then Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science. Then Bachelor of Arts became BCom, B.Ed, B whatever it is. The B.Ed is fortunately very much intact in family life, B.E.D. But engineering, even you have sanitary engineering, laying sewage pipes. Because people don't want to say I am a sanitary engineer, I am an engineer. I need a sanitation. And sanitation is very important because we don't like smells. We want perfume, forgetting that perfumery is also a smell. I remember I had a talk once with Dr. Gertrude Pitter in Germany. We spoke together for about 2 hours. We were passing in some place in, I think it was Munich. So there was a sudden stink and she said, bad smell. I said, no, good smell. She said, oh, Charity, how can it be good? This was when I was there with Babuji Maharaj in 1972. I said, dirty. Like light has a spectrum. Smells also have a spectrum. You break up a smell and you get this smell and this smell, violet and orange and red. Which is good, which is bad, it depends on your taste. If you ask a pig, which smell do you like? You know what it will answer. It will not go for llama or, channel number 5. It will go where it goes, it will get what it needs. And nowadays you find they are compounding perfumery based on such technologies. All of you Western people will go in. Because there are elements in perfume which was excite, which was seduce, which was entice, Nature has done all this, and no man is trying to copy it all over again after rejecting the bad ones, keeping the good ones, and finding that the good ones are better. So we have to accept nature as it is. Learn to live with nature means not learn to live with the nature where we have sandalwood sprayed inside the room, water purified, walls whitewashed. Nature as it is here, now this place is blissful. It was pouring cats and dogs. Wasn't it? I didn't see anybody miserable or frightened. Normally you would have rushed to get out of this place. There would have been rumors of some dam breaking, flooding into the pool. The God in the heavens being angry, blah, blah, blah. But serenity prevailed. We had a good meditation. We were all comfortable in the most uncomfortable possible circumstances. Oh, and why? Because our consciousness was diverted elsewhere. So the secret of comfort, of happiness is in utilizing our consciousnesses in the right purposeful way. That is what we learn here. Think of happiness and I am happy. Think of sorrow and I am miserable. I can be miserable without any need for misery. My father used to tell the story of his very close friend, an astrologer, who predicted that he was going to have a son in a particular month, and the son was born. When the son was born, he cast his horoscope and told my father he is going to die within a year. And the child did die. The cause was it astrology, or because the parents neglected their child knowing that he was going to die. Which was the cause? So you see, this sort of thing is dangerous. Or like, the parents of a great soul, I think it was called Markandeya, who was destined to live 16 years, because the parents chose that such a child. They did tapasya because they were childless even at the age of 70 or 80. Lord Shiva blessed them and said, you can have a child which will live hundreds of years, give you water happiness. Ordinary child, long lived. But you can also have a divine child, full of divine wisdom, destined to go to the upper worlds, living only 16 years. Wisely they chose. But later on, as the child became older and older, they were sinking deeper and deeper into misery. Oh, only 15 years left. Oh, only 14 years left. Oh, only 12 years left. You see how much misery we buy for ourselves, thinking of the future. Sayagmark says, don't think of the future, do something about the future now. What is that we can do? Become immortal while we are still mortals. Vajpayee was waxing eloquent. The long life. Really speaking, as philosophers have said, great people have said, a person begins to die on the day he is born or she is born. That is when death begins. And we say, life has begun. What an untruth, what a lie, what a strange way of palliating ourselves with lies that we tell to ourselves. I do not know whether it is true, but I am told that Muslims weep when a child is born. Because a divine soul from a divine realm has been brought into this sordid world of ours, stupid, full of misery, and Hindus dance with joy. It's as if we are happy when our father is sent to jail and miserable when he is left out. It's how much foolishness there is in our thinking, in our way of living. Life is always limited. Existence is eternal. We are all eternal in our existence. But when we blow a balloon and tie it, that poor air which is encapsulated in that balloon is a prisoner of that balloon. Children are happy. And when the balloon bursts and the air is liberated, the children are miserable. So the proper understanding of life and death is necessary. Life and death are phenomena in which existence is involved. Like a day means 24 hours, a day and a night. No, I don't like the night, I hate the night, I am afraid of the night. You cannot have a day with only a day, which means you are facing the sun all the time. You roast to death in about 3 hours. So you see, nature gives us this rotating sphere of hours so that we have a day to work in, a night to relax, to recoup our health, energies, face the next day again when we are facing the sun. Otherwise, one half of the world will be blistered, the other half of the world will be frozen cold. It's stiff, cold to death. Change. Change is what makes life possible. Imagine a king with his coffers always full, with his women always loving, with him eternally potent. You will be miserable. What is this life, Lord? He will say. Honey and whatever it is for breakfast, more honey and whatever it is for lunch. My beautiful queens all the time. I'm not even tired so that I can rest a little. Would such a man enjoy such a life? So, beware of not liking change, because without change, there is no progress. Without becoming, there is no being. Every phase of what we pass through in our sadhana is a step in our becoming into that being which, at that stage, is changeless, eternal. I pray that my Master will bless all of us with this progress, put us through the course mercilessly, if necessary. You know, when you go to the Marines in the US, you have seen movies of the Marines, though they are trained, they are almost killed. And when a man is about to die, the colonel comes and says, throw him out. There is no mercy. Where there is mercy, it is love displaced. A judge can be merciful. And we seek mercy because not because we are contrite or don't want to repeat what we have done before, but we are afraid of punishment. If they say there is no punishment, do what you will, you are having free will, who cares about God, who cares about judges, who cares about pain, pleasure? So, a God to train us, who are willing to be trained, to go to Him, must suffer the rigors of an exacting life of sadhana. Most of the world does not like to sit for 60 minutes in meditation. They hate the idea of cleaning because they say, why should I feel I am dirty? Well, you don't bathe because you feel dirty. You don't look at yourself, evaluate your skin, so many milligrams of dust, now I'll have a shower. If there is enough water, you are willing to stand in the shower for 6 hours like a buffer water in the rain. Isn't it? So what are you afraid of cleaning? It's like a child which does not want to go to the toilet because it will be excreting the ice cream and take it the previous night. No, mommy, I don't want to go to the toilet. I don't want to lose it. Honey, you will die. So love demands, that there are filters interposed in our inputs. Our senses are such filters. We are misusing them to permit anything and everything to go into our consciousness. We are misusing them because this is like a camera which is internally open with its lens. What picture will it take? It has to be selected. Nature has given us a nervous system which can be overloaded. And if there is an overload, either there is unconsciousness or coma, possibly death. In today's life, we are overloading our circuits all the time. Every sensory circuit is overloaded. Touch, taste, smell, hearing, vision. They are always constantly overloaded. We are not fatigued because we work too much. We are fatigued because our sensory systems are so overloaded that they don't have time to recoup and you don't ever manage to get enough sleep. More and more sleep, less and less refreshment in sleep. You wake up yawning, miserable, another day. But we don't take steps to put sensory, filters in our input system because we love what we see. I love yellow, I love this, I love that. Therefore, it was nice of Brother Vajpayee to give you this definition of love from the Narad Sutra. Love is subtle. Love is also supposed to be secret because it is sacred. Love between two people, not between God and His Bhakta, is a sacred thing, not to be worn on one's sleeve, not to be ecstatic about in public, not to be exposed in the Trafalgar Square or in Piccadilly. It is like the undercurrent in the river. We have forgotten those values of love. Today there is blandishment, there is vulgarization, open blandishment in the name of so-called. There is nothing to be ashamed of in love. Love opened is like the bud of a flower pulled apart, the flower is destroyed. Nature must open that bud, not the monkey-like hands of a fool who thinks he can open a flower and get away with it. So beware of opening things which are not open. Remember the story of Pandora's box. I'm sure all of you who have studied a little bit of Western literature know about it. You open the box and you let out all the evil in the world. So we need a lot of wisdom to be put into our heads, which fortunately even today have retained their capacity to be wise if that wisdom is given. Unfortunately today's media, whether they are schools or television or movies or newspapers, they only pander to your lower senses, selves, desires, tastes. Therefore, you open a newspaper, it is full of rape and abduction and murder. Movies are full of sex and violence. Novels are nothing but trash. And they are more and more because the public demands more and more. You see, whatever it is, the security rating in the movie, rated 12, I don't know what it is, but 12, for parental care for violence. So parents are supposed to sit there and allow the children to view it. And how is he going to restrain the input? And he is horrified when he sees the same child watching it alone. No, I told you are never to watch it without me. Yes, but Dad, what's the difference? With you or without you, I am seeing the same thing. Dad has no answer. In our countries, we would beat the child. In your countries, we would go and weep a little, pray in church, and allow the child to see 13 rated films. Parents warned for sexual content. So you see, they do the warning, they are happy. We have put the warning on the movie, it's not our fault. No. Whose fault is it? Well, when we market it, we don't say you should buy it. Absolved. So the producer is absolved, the seller is absolved. The parent says, yes, but the child can read. Damn it, I sent it to school. But the child insists. Especially towards Western culture, which is very, very, very something I'm sorry about. There is this increasing tendency to feel that the child must know and learn from its own experience. Which means you have abandoned your sacred trust and relegated it to the classrooms and whatever else there is in the school. And then when something happens, you weep. The family is the first place where training begins. Training starts from the cradle. But in modern culture, even in India, the so-called potty training has become more important than real training of ethical and cultural natures. Potty training is important because the child must not be allowed to dirty its clothes in a bus or in the plane. Culture, that is true culture. Ability to control your bowels. Isn't it? I don't know what to call this, whether it is shameful or shameless or beyond both. To be able not to respond to pressures from inside you, show the degree of pressure from inside. And if you are trained out of that, and if you expect your alimentary system to respond to hunger at 8 o'clock and to toilet at 12 o'clock, you are sort of sealing up your system from all sensory possibilities, and one day you end up with colon cancer and things like that. People are irritated. A man finds himself in a boardroom at 9:30 a.m. The chairman is a privileged person. If he has to go to the toilet, he can say, Harry, carry on, I'll be back in a minute. But the rest cannot. And they're holding it tight, they're getting irritated. Everything goes wrong in the board meeting. Wrong investments are made. Wives are divorced. All because you could not go to the toilet when you needed. Yes or no? So you see, Sahib says, be natural. Sahib says, respond, allow your inner system to respond with wisdom that God has given it. Don't keep your vomit inside yourself. I know people who just follow it back. We say like that, a smirk of repugnance. But why it came out of you? What is so bad about it if it came out? People come to me and say, Charlie, please me because I have horrible thoughts. I said, they are your thoughts. We didn't put them into your head. So you see, you are inside, you have to control. That is what Ramanuja calls character formation. Spiritual life he can give you. Spiritual progress is assured. His spiritual destination is eternal for all of us. Character formation is our individual responsibility. I recommend that to you. It is getting late. I have to go and distribute t-shirts. I hope they are not all sold by the time I get there. There are few left. They are priced as a flat, 1,000 rupees each. Remarkable pieces of the creativity of Tirupur, which is the capital, Hosiery capital of India. And I recommend that you carry home one or two for your loved ones.